Everybody says episode 3 is the darkest Star Wars movie, but nah. Episode 2 is where the soul of Anakin actually starts dying.
Live from Crawford Studios.
What? My peoples, go. The next Star Wars.
Yes.
So we are going to be talking about Attack of the Clones. Now, I am going to say this. This is my honest take on Attack of the Clones, that it is actually the darkest. And I know a lot of people say episode 3 is the darkest one, but I say nay. I say, because if you watch the tone, if you watch Attack of the Clones, the whole entire movie just has this like dark tone to it.
Yeah.
Like everything just seems like.
Well, he's uneasy to begin with, so that puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, because now you're seeing that. Now you're really seeing how quick he just.
It's caught up in it.
So the movie feels darker than I think a lot of people remember. If you do a rewatch, you're going to watch it. This is just got a really just dark tone to it, and just even like the way the background music is, nothing seems like.
Yeah, it's way different.
Yeah.
It's way freaking different. So I'm with you, bro. I am with you.
Becoming like disconnected.
Right.
The Jedi, the Senate, the Republic, Anakin. Everybody's just kind of like.
Everything's falling apart.
Everything is falling
apart.
Everything is falling apart.
Yeah. Anakin and Padme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even they're starting to, like they're having little tiffs and they're arguing. She's stressing out. He's not liking that she's saying no. Like we can't say this, we can't be this way because of where I'm at, He said that the clones are getting ready it's about for the clones to turn up.
The whole entire movie feels like something bad is coming. And I think that's intentional. And I think that's actually pretty brilliant. The next movie.
Right.
So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely one of those movies. It is a transitional movie. And a lot of people talk about that. It's like a transitional movie. Like it's kind of like in between things.
Right.
But I think it's the darkest one.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Palpatine is manipulating everything.
Right, exactly.
That's the other thing that's happening.
Yeah.
The emotional decay, the whole political, everything's just kind of falling apart.
Right. And that's why I think that's when, well, like you said, this is like, there's a dark one. This is when everything you just said is falling apart, but that you can actually see it in Anakin.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That you can actually see, like, he's just, like, he's really struggling, and then and you can see that all the Jedi Masters are trying to no, Anakin, calm down, use the Force, keep to the stay light, don't get crazy, don't believe those things.
Didn't Yoda say something felt off? Like he used those words. Like he was like, yeah, he is, but something is not right.
Right, but see, he wasn't. So that was the whole shit that I got a little bit upset with. Even though I'm wearing the Yoda shirt, Yoda didn't say a lot. You know what I'm saying? He didn't warn anybody. He didn't tell, listen, we got to keep an eye on him, send him over here kind of thing, but just send him over here. They needed to actually be there with him. They needed to actually be on top of him. Like, because he's sneaking off and you know what I'm saying? And he's becoming a fucking, a Sith. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Palpatine is working on him, so
right, but
he's so vulnerable. There's no way he has no experience. He's green in life, so
right. But if they would advantage of him, if they would have kept him with the other masters, you know what I'm saying, or kept him in the school,
but
he wouldn't have had a chance. Well, and there you go. I mean, I understand that's what ends up making, because that's what we said last time, that we said that his masters should have been Qui-Gon, not Obi-Wan. You know what I'm saying?
And have the Jedi become, at this point, way too institutional?
I don't know.
No, go ahead. Let you finish that.
No, I'm asking.
I don't think so, because I look at the Jedi as like Japanese ninjas or samurai,
right?
Of that from their art, because of that discipline and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I think you should have something like that. Right?
They were the police,
but they were wise about it. They weren't like they were abusing anything.
Right.
And then, of course, the dark side took advantage of it and did what they did.
They were kind of like the police, but at the same time, though, I feel like they got too in bed with the Senate. You know what I mean?
Right. They got too much into the
politics. That's it. And then with the Clone Wars happening, which is after this, they become like general.
Well, because they felt like, so now, correct me if I'm wrong, that they turned around and the idea was, if they had the vision of the Jedi, you know what I'm saying, that they would be able to foretell when and or where something bad was going to happen, that then they would be able to win a battle to push the Empire back. I think that's why they ended up making. To me, that's how I read it. You know what I'm saying? That's how they ended. That's what the idea was of bringing the Jedi into battle to try to push back all of that. Keep the Empire back, because they were playing dirty. You know what I'm saying? The Empire was playing dirty. They had the Sith. They had Darth Vader and other little things that were going on in the background. Then you got to watch the animations for it. But they had all that shit going on. So they needed, the Republic needed some people.
And that's why they did what they did. They killed them off.
They did. And then, and that's why I'm saying, that's why.
Because they knew how powerful they were.
Right. That's why I got pissed off with Yoda. Because
it's like he second-guessed himself.
Yeah. Not that he second-guessed. He just didn't tell anybody anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, he knew he had to train Luke.
Right. He just said that one-line sentence,
Yeah,
that was
what
it.
I mean? Talk to this fucking kid. Let him know what let him know what it is. You know what I'm saying? He didn't tell anything, even when he was speaking to Obi-Wan.
But it wasn't his pupil either.
It doesn't make a difference. If you're in the Jedi Council, that means you see, feel everything that's going on with your peoples. So then you should be able to sit there and like, listen, I'm feeling this. He was the one.
What did Yoda say to Palpatine when he walked in his office?
Please, bro.
What did he say to him?
Remember,
didn't he say something to the effect that I should have known or something like that?
Oh, you're talking in Revenge of the Sith.
Right. It's okay that we go there for real quick. It's the point I'm just trying to make.
Yeah. So everybody should be up on it. Yeah, and you're right. That's what I'm saying. Things like that.
Rewatch.
He already knew. He felt something off rather than him using, because, so dig it. If Jedi were able to sense when each other was coming into their space, if you will, then why the fuck why didn't he say, yo, I'm feeling
somehow he wasn't picking up Palpatine right away for some
reason. He didn't know from who he knew was there.
So here's the interesting word a lot of people don't know.
Right.
Is that the Jedi Temple was built on top of a Sith Temple.
Yes.
So
yes.
That clouds their judgment.
But not
because the dark side energy is there mixing with the light side energy, and it's hard for them to, and that's another thing that like Palpatine kind of took advantage of. I mean, besides his Sith glamour that hid his true form.
Wait.
Right.
But you mean where the council was?
Yeah. They're underground. It's directly underneath.
I thought it was the other temple.
So, and I don't know if that was deliberate or they built the Sith Temple afterwards underneath it. But the whole point is that the fact that there's a Sith Temple directly underneath the Jedi Temple, it clouds the judgment because it's kind of mixing with the light side of the dark side energy, so it masks it.
They can't 100% home in.
Yeah,
right. Kind of like Superman looking through lead.
Right, but see now
that's crazy. Is that means the Jedi have been weakened.
Something's there, but you can't pick up what it is. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right, okay, all right. I hear that.
Right,
but there or anywhere that they were, because the temple was built there. Because the Jedi had left, Mace Windu had gone away, some of the other masters, Yoda, he had gone off planet. So then they should have been clearer, clearer clairvoyance when they were off planet.
Well, he knew it when he walked into his office, remember? And he's like, I should have, what was exactly did he say?
I don't know what it was. I don't know exactly what he said, but
but it was almost like
I should have known it was you. Like I knew it was you.
I could be wrong about that. And
right,
just me making that shit up.
But still, it was where he was in room off world, or in different rooms, in different places off world, away from the temple, that he should have then been able to get it. I understand it's a whole art and whatnot to be able to, hide your.
But the Sith are very powerful. Are they powerful enough? I mean, strong to the point where they could hide themselves, but be there at the same time.
They're supposed to be that kind of shit because they're taught that. That's one of the things that they would. Matter of fact, the Jedi were doing it too. Because then, where was it? Where Obi-Wan and Anakin were going, and they would talk about say, calm down. Don't let them know that they're here. Because and then we go back to was it Return of the Jedi? Luke, he knew that when he was going when he went to the fucking when Luke says, "Oh, I shouldn't be here," when they were going to go see Lando.
Yeah. Oh, when he was training for him. He was
training like, "Oh, Yoda. I shouldn't be here." Why? He knows I'm here.
Yeah.
They know each other is fucking there. You know what I'm saying? But that's me.
So the movie does, start with the whole Obi-Wan and Anakin dynamic, because that's another thing that is important to establish, because, you got the whole brotherhood thing going on.
Right.
So you can see that they've been with each other a long time.
Right.
Because remember, when we last left off, he was only a wee little kid, and now he is grown,
Jedi in training.
They've been with each other a long time. So they used to, master.
Yeah, master and Padawan. Yeah.
So but there's also tension, between them. They're always kind of bickering.
Right.
He's always going off the rails a little bit.
Right.
Like the whole thing, like he just drops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that scene when they're in Coruscant and they're just flying in the air traffic, and he's just like,
yeah.
He just times it.
Anakin
He uses the force to time it, so he drops just in time on the. So
sidebar. That's why I say that Mace isn't dead.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he is either. They
he could have been in the air and woke up and
because he wasn't passed out. He was just
right. And you were saying he had amnesia or something because
they were saying that after he had because of
couldn't remember who he was.
So that's part of the fan looking at it, whatever.
Gotcha.
So I didn't read the comics. I'm not gonna make believe like I did. I didn't read the comics. I'll read the books.
So Obi-Wan genuinely cared for Anakin.
He did. And he did his best, by the way, even though we know it could have been Qui-Gon, but still, he was given the task to do it.
Yep.
And Yoda believed in him. So I don't think he failed him. I think Palpatine knew how to manipulate him. Yeah. And Obi-Wan didn't know what was going on. I think if Obi-Wan knew what was going on, he would have been on his shit immediately.
Definitely.
All day long. All day. Yeah, I 100% agree. A million percent.
Right.
But that's why I'm saying that then with that, because Obi-Wan was such a young master, you know what I'm saying, that he was a young teacher, Qui-Gon up and, doing other stuff. That's why Yoda or Mace or one of the other Jedi masters should have stepped up. But that's me. That's, I'm taking it a little bit personal.
They believed in him. They believed in Obi-Wan. So he did a good job.
And when it came to the Jedi Council, he always felt misunderstood.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That he was being held
Do
back.
what I must.
Yes. Right.
Even then.
You will try.
Yeah.
You tried.
Yeah. And you're right. You know what I'm saying? And he was that young kid that didn't have a childhood. You know what I'm saying? He went straight from building shit, building speeds to
you know what?
speeders.
You're right. I saw some interesting AI generated on social media where Anakin or Darth Vader, he has his armor off. And it's just him. He's young still. And he's working on his armor, fixing it and upgrading. And Palpatine walks in.
That's a popular video now. I saw that.
Yeah,
that's really
Palpatine
good.
walks in and you can see them having an argument. He's like, no, I'm fixing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. So imagine if they made another and said they have to have that fucking one-off, bro.
Do you think that did happen, though? If they were to do the story on Vader, you think that would be something that would come out?
But I think it would have been an argument and then, a little bit of a push-pull of power. You know what I'm saying? And then Palpatine would shut up, you know what I mean? Hit him with a little...
Yeah, Captain Laserhand.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever see that one video where the both of them are fighting and it's Darth Vader and him?
No, I didn't see that one.
And they're both giving off the lightning?
No.
They're fighting each other? The Palpatine does it. His is strong or whatever.
Yeah, right.
You see when he hits him, his armor gets all fucked up.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, bro, man.
It's crazy.
Don't get me wrong.
Put this animation up on
yeah. I know.
We had it all over our...
Yeah, I know, but I
on our
Instagram
Instagram.
particular one. But I know I love Star Wars, man. I love Star Wars. So I'm not hating on it. I just wish now moving forward because we said that having the Anakin story, the Darth Vader story, like a separate, I think that that's where my head would like to, like he actually have a conversation with Yoda, like why didn't you say something or do something or step up? A little bit of the blame game, yeah, I know, but I would like to see that.
Anakin doesn't really want power at this point. He just wants recognition. And I feel like the Jedi Council, they held back on him because I feel like they're like the parents who are like, we don't want to tell him he's smart because, we don't want to give him conflicts. Right. I feel like they're doing that because they're worried he's going to go to the dark side if they
give him too much info. Meanwhile, because they didn't give him enough info to the dark side.
Right.
So
because they protected him, they overprotected him.
Yeah.
And they wound up making him vulnerable.
Yeah. Right.
And you can't cover everything.
Yes.
You think you are, but
Right.
You,
But
you will miss something.
he had already started talking about his dreams, and he was having dreams of
Oh, yeah, him dying.
Padme dying.
That's right.
So that he and that's another reason
And
what
that's
even pushed him.
Good segue, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Good segue,
Thank you,
because the next section that we're going to talk about is the forbidden clothes.
Yes.
Right. And because, as you know, no attachments and no relationship.
And then he does.
You think they got to be celibate? Because like, hey, I could go to a brothel, no attachments.
Well,
There's no attachments.
I don't know.
That's what I don't know. You might be right, bro.
They're not priests. They're not like
no. But because
who's to say they don't go to brothel and
but because they can't control their emotions when they're younger, as Anakin was. That's why he lost it, because that was his first punani, and he fell in love with it, bro. She put it on him, and that was it. He was He was in it, bro. First time, fell in love with it.
It's just crazy. He was a little boy when he first met her.
Yeah, so she created Rob.
That's right.
So she was grooming him.
Yeah.
So this went a whole different way right now.
This is pretty crazy. It's pretty,
Yo.
How old is she? She was how much older than him?
No, she was still, she was only maybe, I don't even think all of 10 years older than him, if that.
Okay.
Yeah. She was like, I don't think, she wasn't even a full.
Yeah, she was like
she was like a young.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Did they ever explain what happened? Her parents died or something?
I don't know.
Ooh,
I'm
sure. They might have said it quick, fast, but that's another thing. That would be another nice little side story to find out, where she came from. But again, I never read any of the comics. I'm just going by what I see as far as like, the animations and the story, the side stories and such. I don't even know if they even said it in the comic books or in the books and such. They had the graphic novels and actual.
Listen, you guys will know way more than I could ever. So I'm going by memory, what I know and remember from these movies and everything.
So one of the things is Anakin grew up a slave.
Right.
He then became a monk warrior. Right. But he never learned like normal attachment, emotional balance, and healthy romance.
And there you go. And that's what I'm saying. So
maybe if they would have just left him be a boy before they actually trained him, him like go through those experiences.
Train him while being a boy.
But
I got you.
And bring his mom. Like they should have brought his mom too. They could have gone back 2 weeks later.
We talked about this last time, and I said the same thing. They should have brought his mom. For sure.
Why couldn't Qui-Gon be like, no, nothing? Well, see, because he's a Jedi, they're so fucking methodical to be in the light side. He wasn't just like, no, we're taking her.
Right.
Like instead, he's like, sorry,
I'm going to take them both. She's coming
over. Take one.
Yeah, but because he didn't have enough money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
But he could have been just like.
Who didn't have enough money in his pocket?
We're taking her anyway.
Yeah.
But because he's a Jedi, he wouldn't do it.
Would have had to fight because remember, the Jedi powers didn't work on what's his name? That was their master. Watto. The Jedi goes, those Jedi mind tricks don't work on me, Jedi.
Yeah, but he could have just been like, no, we're taking her anyway.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, he
could have pulled out the freaking lightsaber.
Yeah. Right. But that's not the Jedi way. That's
right. He should have put the bet because.
You understand that language?
Yeah.
Does that get through to you?
Well, because that would have been great. That would have been awesome. When the part of the young. Yeah. You don't have to go like that. That's why you have to be like that, Jedi. Yeah, that shit. I love that shit. But one of the, if I remember correctly, one part of the bet when he was going to take Anakin was if Anakin wins the race, that then we get to take, and he's like, you only take one. You cannot have both. Bullshit. It's like, if he wins the race, I'm taking him, and here's the money, we're going to take her too.
I would have been like, and if he wins the race, take his mother.
The problem is the Jedi already are notorious for, when they bring in young Padawans, they take them away from their families.
Which I think is, So,
that's the thing. That's where the Jedi are a little problematic, I think.
Well, but maybe it wasn't Luke trying to change that?
He's like, we don't want attachments.
Yeah, that was one of the things.
Family attachments.
Luke was changing. Luke was changing that.
Yeah,
right, but because Luke was older. Luke
already,
was
he experienced all the stuff.
Right, so he already knew what it was to do that. Now, at the same time, I think Anakin would have been good had he had known that his mother wasn't a slave anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right. My
confidence would have been better.
Yeah.
He had a peace of mind.
Right.
She's
I know she's safe. I know she's over here. She's living in a nice spot. Right. I can't be with her because I got to be in school, but at least I know she's safe and she's not a slave.
Right. And she's not a slave anymore.
That's it.
And you get to go see her every so often.
I also say, too,
I agree.
If I was him.
It's crazy. It's fucking Star Wars.
I know.
It was like, this Star Wars. Look at these two fucking idiots sitting around.
We're thinking about how it is, like, what could Anakin be the good guy? You know what I'm saying? Because he was a decent kid. you know, and then when he was dying as Darth Vader, you know, we still looking at him like, my son, you know what I'm saying? Like he saved Luke, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's
So now you go back to Obi-Wan, right?
Obi-Wan.
He's kind of being like the space detective, you know,
Yes.
trying to figure out this whole thing that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he finds out about the clones.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, he's investigating the dart, right?
Yeah.
You know, where the dart that they were able to pull off the assassin.
Yeah.
You know, and
There you go, because it was
Jango Fett.
Jango Fett.
Right.
Yeah, and so basically, if you think about it, the entire clone army is a Mandalorian army.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's why they kind of do look like a little bit like Mandalorians. They think they're the clone army, the way their helmets are.
Right.
Kinda,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Have that whole thing. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so-
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And that's what makes it. That's why you got to watch Bad Batch.
I didn't finish I think it's season 2 I'm in, and I didn't finish it.
Yeah. So it's that little sidebar.
How many
Sorry.
seasons are there?
Oh, I don't remember, bro.
100?
I watched them like when soon as they were coming out. I finished them at the.
I bet you if I pull up my information, it'll tell me where I left off.
Oh yeah.
And I just go from there.
And this whole section with the whole Camino and everything,
Right.
this is kind of like where the movie secretly becomes conspiracy.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Because now it's like trying to figure out who was what.
Yeah, you got the whole thing.
Right.
You know.
But what was the chick, the doctor's assistant, the one that she was talking to Obi-Wan?
Oh, the Camino person?
Yes, I can't remember the name. Yeah.
The long, those tall ones, right?
I
That's like an angel city almost, the way it
yeah,
it's weird.
in the water. But she was like trying to be like, yeah, so something's going on and it's not quite okay. And looking around and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Trying to give it away.
She wanted to be like, yo, listen, this shit is fucked up. Y'all
You need to
come
get out of
fix
here,
this.
man.
Where, like, you know, come back and save the rest of us. And, you know, that's when Jango Fett turned around and he ups and he leaves and he leaves his kid. And his kid is who? And that's why when they were fighting, he was trying to leave. Then that's why Boba Fett becomes Boba Fett because, like, yo, you just killed my father.
Dad. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So,
And Jango Fett, when you think about it, is like one of the coolest bounty hunters.
yeah.
He's got that's his ship, the original one.
Right.
And the cool part about it is those seismic charges. You know, that scene in the first scene, that noise, I love that. That noise,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just see the asteroids just like
Yeah.
crumbling.
That's one of the things they just like, you got to see.
It's just like a line explosion.
Yeah.
And
What is it?
It's
Like
a seismic charge.
Yeah.
So it's like sound.
Yeah,
That,
okay.
like a seismic charge. Like it was like a fan video where like it blew up like a Star Destroyer and cut it in half.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. They have so many cool shit with that. Yeah, I love it, bro.
But you know, he's practical and ruthless.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
You know, and he is like the template for the clones.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
that's the cool part. And you know, what's the actor who played him?
No, bro,
I
why do you do that? You shouldn't have
Oh, who's got the phone out? Anyway,
No.
but the
What?
point is, it's all right.
What am I asking?
Go ahead.
No, the actor who played
Jango
Jango
Fett.
Fett, because he's in a lot of Star Wars because
Yeah.
he's got to play every single clone.
Right. He's got to
He's
play
gotta be Boba Fett.
Yeah, because
Right.
he's Boba Fett. Yeah, so he's got to do everybody.
He's got to play
You know,
Yeah, everybody, yeah.
in
Yeah.
the Bad Batch.
Yeah, that's
He's
right. He was everybody. He was pretty much everybody in the bitch. You are right. So.
He's like the
Yeah.
most used actor in Star Wars because he's a clone. I wonder
Funny
when they hired him, they're like,
Tumara Morrison,
yeah,
That's right.
they hired him. I
played
wonder
by
if
the
they were
same
like,
played by the same actor.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
exactly.
says Django Fett and Boba Fett.
And the clones,
Yeah.
and
The clones.
Bad Batch,
Yeah.
because we're all clones.
Wow, that is so funny.
Clone-
He doesn't seem to mind, right?
No.
No,
Yeah,
you're gonna be
yeah.
working a lot, you know.
Yeah. And he's chilling right now, bro. Because
Yeah.
they gave him the standalone show. It wasn't too great. The Boba Fett, I wasn't a fan.
I thought it was I liked the story of how
Yeah.
the desert people helped him out. Is that the one you're
yeah,
talking about? That was on Disney?
yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool because then he learned this whole new one and learned a whole new survival.
Right. Yeah, no,
From
no,
a
I get it.
different-
It just, for me, I wasn't, because I wanted to see Boba Fett, the bounty hunter. Like, I want to see him go out there and fight.
Doesn't
I
he
wanted
later?
to see
Doesn't
him-
he later into the series? No.
No. He was like trying to be all quiet and peace. Like, I wanted to see him as like him
Before all
doing-
of that?
I wanted, well, yeah, before that or
Yeah.
living as Mandalorian.
Before he fell into that thing and
because he
Oh, you mean showing like how, because when he was like living on the Mandalore, probably.
Yeah, right. Like doing all his kind of stuff like that. Like, yeah, I wanted to see Boba Fett doing that. Like, I wanted to see him, going out and
Jango Fett or
Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was talking about Jango.
Oh, no, Boba Fett. Like, I wanted to see him, like, when they show him, like, he's coming in and, to get a bounty because, what's his name? Jabba the Hutt.
That would be cool to show like a prequel, like a Star Wars prequel.
Yes.
Or like show
short.
Like they should do that with the Boba Fett series.
That's what I'm saying.
Prequel Boba Fett series. It shows him,
right?
Doing all his stuff during.
Yes,
that would be good.
That was saying because they've done all these other little shorts and whatnot. Interesting. Because Mandalorian of when Mandalorian.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You guys are super nerds with this shit.
Listen,
it's cool. It's good though.
Great. I love this shit, bro. So I mean, even though I'll talk shit a little bit about Yoda, he was, of course, he's like one of everybody's favorite.
Nobody's perfect, man. But, even he needs to learn from his mistakes.
Right. I think that, I mean, I understand, like I said, the movie has to play out a certain way and what the storyline was.
That's not there was something, a dark force that was interfering with them being able to pick that up. Somehow they were clouding it, He knew something, he felt it. He knew something was
the temple.
Yeah.
It was
and I agree with that.
Bitches, right? That's somebody's fucking around with us.
Yeah, man, it was just such a fucking, like I said, I love that storyline, bro. Like you're saying, the Sith Temple was underneath, then that was something that Palpatine was really scheming on from work.
Well, of course he was. He was manipulating the whole situation.
I mean, it was scheming on before Palpatine.
Yeah, then it had, because that's how long it had been there.
Right, so they just took off where...
Who took off what?
They pick up where it ends.
Yeah.
With the next Sith,
Jedi
whoever it is.
Probably been there for thousands.
Is there more than one Sith?
No.
Like, is he the only big Sith, or is there anybody else like him?
There was others.
Whatever he says,
Yeah. It's only the one, but in the second, his apprentice,
master and apprentice.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why there was some. That's like we get into the Darth Maul and the shit that's going on with Darth Maul because Darth Maul and they're falling off and all that other shit. Yeah. That's another episode, but I don't think so because wasn't Palpatine already over 100 years old? So
but
the planet, but not that one. Yeah. I don't think that temple was there, bro. That
was a newer one.
Anybody knows?
No, it was in the.
Was it a newer one?
And
more up to date?
And that was 400 years before the prequels.
But that's what I'm saying. So,
it was like 400 years in.
I'm sorry, before. Right. So then.
So
I don't remember that, bro. Now you're going to watch that shit again. I'm going to watch that again. The 400 years, yes. But I'm trying to remember what that planet looked like. But I don't think it was on that same planet, was it?
No, it was on Coruscant. Yeah, it was like the same exact building. Yeah.
Bro, I feel like, I just feel like that when you're probably right, then you're right. That it was way before that, then.
Is, and then in like Knights of the Old Republic times.
Crazy.
It's wild, bro.
But yeah, so
just the story, how it takes, was it this much when it first came out? Because it wasn't. It was just the 6 stories. Yeah, that was it.
The
3.
Well, the first 3, but the comics had all 7 though.
Right, the comics, yeah.
I mean,
all had all of that, and that
6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
I can't remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had because I have the whole set.
Oh, okay, cool. So now here's the thing. When they take comic books, like novels, books, and they bring them to live action, they take out certain things and they keep in what they think is going to be what's going to be the good, story grab.
But I got these when Star Wars came out.
Right. So then what I'm going to say is that you would have to read them and then let us know. What was in there? You see this motherfucker?
I have to dig them out, man.
Oh, well, yeah, but it would have to be like somebody's got to let us know. So if anybody sees it, whatever, let us know because I don't know what was in those comics. I've never read the comics.
Well, I'm sure it was based off I'm sure they took from the comics and used their story.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So then I would like to know because if they said that, how old Palpatine really is or was. Saying that, if that temple was there, if that was
that makes sense.
Storyline.
I don't know if they do tell you, but maybe they do in the comics. Go ahead.
The next thing is now with Anakin, he's trying to find his mother or whatever because he feels it's right. So is that what happened to him?
No, so he went to go find his mom.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's not when he felt the disturbance.
Okay.
It was when he didn't find her and says, no, I sold her. I don't have her anymore.
So
that's when it was.
So he returns to Tatooine, right?
Right.
So again, he's seeing Watto older and
Yep.
more worn down.
Yes.
Watto is definitely like he's definitely older. You
Right,
could tell
yeah,
he's
right.
like
Yeah.
more aged.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Anakin.
he's
That's
learning
you?
that Shimmy, his mom,
Right.
was kidnapped. So that's when so he's looking for her, right? And that's when he finds out that the Tusken Raiders can.
Yes, and that's when he killed all of them.
So, and this is my take on this. I believe that Anakin's always had dark side to him.
Yes.
And I think that is because he is the chosen one,
Mhm.
and that he has a little bit of both in him, a little bit of dark and a little bit of light in him. You know what I mean? And I think, and situation is going to set him off to the dark side.
Especially if he doesn't have the normal experiences like his son did when he became a Jedi.
And
Right.
when that Tusken Raider found out, he said, and he told Padme, he goes, I killed all of them,
Right.
even the women and children.
Yeah.
It's like, damn,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
dark.
He went on a rampage. He crossed the line right there. Once he did that, he was on his way.
Once he went over there and killed him, it was
So
from the first one.
was Palpatine was he kind of already going?
Well, I think it
in
was
that
a combination of both, because when you listen to Palpatine talk to
Yeah.
him and how you can hear the manipulation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely manipulating him, but like,
So now he
did
lets him
have
out
to
and he goes out
really
on his
work
own.
at- you know what I mean? Like, did he have to work hard at it because he was already kind of doing?
No, he knew.
shit?
He knew. I think he knew that. He just had to push him in certain ways or to put him over to
'Cause
get
he
his
was already
mind.
doing dark shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready? Okay. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Right. Yeah. So now, so we've said already that we believe that Qui-Gon should have been the one to train Anakin.
Right.
Would have been better for Mace Windu to then be the one to train him because of Anakin being on that line. You know what I'm saying? Good and
I
evil.
think so. I think, yeah, because Mace Windu, if you remember, he's got the Vapod, which is like it's a certain type of lightsaber form that's supposed to reflect like dark side back onto you.
Right.
So they always thought he was like kind of like could go to the dark side.
Right.
Yeah, Mace Windu would have been the better one.
Because he could have taught him. Because then everything that Anakin was questioning,
fucking teacher, man.
right? Yeah,
Rick.
hell yeah, I know. But
it would have been like Obi-Wan.
But no, definitely. But that's why, because then that would have
been good for him though. That he would have needed that.
Yes, because that would have
the
been
whole
person to
brother.
show
The
him.
good thing that happened between him and Obi-Wan was a nice. thing,
it's a nice,
but it
friendly
wasn't.
shit.
But it wasn't what he needed. He needed right. He needed that. Nice one.
But Obi-Wan did the best he could do, because especially his master got killed.
Yeah, because that's the thing is Mace Windu was a hard ass.
Fucking what's his name? Put a lightsaber through him.
And that, again, him, listen, I'm going to say this. There were so many badasses in Star Wars, you know what I'm saying, as a whole, from the 1,000-year story beginning to, where we are up to now. And so many things I would like to see, you know what I mean?
Right.
So then, like I said, what if Anakin? They should do a what if, like they do for Marvel, bro. They should do a what if.
That's not a bad idea. What if would be cool.
Do what ifs for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what the fuck that would do?
Well, don't you see the ones? Don't you see the art that where he's Anakin and they're all on the dark side and he's got the two kids and they're in the dark. They're dark as well. Like it's Padme and him. And
that was a good one. Yeah, I saw that.
And it's dark. They're all wearing black.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Because that was the thing that Palpatine was telling him. We could bring you. You could bring.
He lied to him,
bro. Yeah, he lied to him. I can tell you how to save her. You could bring her back to life. But then
he killed him, man.
Well, but see, so now you look at, but that's why I had like that.
Irony,
right?
Is in the sequel trilogy they had Force healing, so that was a method that he could have learned from the Jedi, but they wouldn't
teach him this shit.
Fucking master.
Right, exactly. Because they were so like, that's what I'm saying. It was all that stupid
we'll delve
shit.
into that.
There's too much fucking, If you knew his power, you should have taught him. And then now you know the power that he has.
But then that would have made the story blah. It would have been boring
I think they would have
been.
I think they would have been a different one because think about it. They already had Dark Maul. Right? And they had other Sith that were running around and whatnot. And then, like I was saying, I was going to say before I had lost the thought, the Sith come from like the witches. You know what I'm saying? So the witches were fortune tellers, not fortune tellers. They actually saw like the future and they knew how to do things and they used the dark side to, what shit, and not so much to manipulate, but they could feel what was going on. Like they used the visions that they were getting to make shit happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? They knew how to put people back together, whatever. So that then now, if you would, to take Anakin and have him be right on that, like I said, like a Mace Windu to just tell the stories or have him like what ifs like that. Oh my God, bro. That would have been.
What if, that would be interesting. You could do that.
So
you know what I
cool.
mean?
I wonder how many people would person to think that shit. You know what I mean? I wonder how many people hit up.
I'm sure you're not the only one. I'm sure you're 100% right on that. I'm sure there are a lot of nerds out there in the world, I'm sure. And they probably even thought of some other shit you didn't
think. Oh, no,
yet.
definitely. Hell yeah. No, definitely.
Or any of us. But,
definitely.
You know what I mean? People like deep into that,
Mm-hmm.
Just the theories of what if, and what if this didn't happen, and maybe what would happen if Qui-Gon lived and Obi-Wan died. That version of it, right?
Right.
Then they just swap.
Dude, there's just so many, so much.
That would be a cool story. You have to do that in an animated, though, right?
Oh, yeah. They would have to.
Because you already have the characters. I definitely get somebody who looks close to them, because Liam Neeson's too old to do it.
They would have to do it in an animation. Because the animation, you can get away with a little bit more, doing some.
You can still do the voices and stuff.
Oh, no, definitely. Hell yeah. Definitely. They would, and I think everybody, the whole cast would do that shit. You know what I mean? They would come through and do that. Yeah. That would be good. No, Anakin, you can't do that, motherfucker.
I'm going to beat your ass.
I'm going to beat your ass. Come here. Have him do the character, the voice of, what you call it? Samuel, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have him do it in that voice. No, Anakin, you can't. Same motherfucker again.
Crazy.
Oh, that would have been great, man.
So next you got the whole Geonosis thing, right?
Right.
So Obi-Wan's capture. You got that whole arena execution.
Right. It was weird.
Yeah. So, and then you got that, it's like it was a little cliche with the whole like arena fight. You got to fight a big monster in an arena. Like, I haven't seen that one before. Right. But so they got to fight a big monster.
Right.
So it would end up being like really chaotic. But then the Jedi arrived.
Right.
And, I think this is the last time the Jedi feel like united, if you think about it.
Right.
Like before everything.
Right. Just before, because what?
What order was it again?
That was 66.
66. Right. Yeah. And that was
last
10 minutes. 10 minutes before it hit the fucking thing.
I think that's the most on screen we've seen, most lightsabers we've seen on screen in one time.
Ever.
It was so messed up. But so that was already
fucking rain.
The thing is that was already in the works for a long time. If that order was there,
you loving that shit. So that's why if you remember in Bad Batch, they were talking about. Well, we knew that too. That's what the chip was, and that's why Bad Batch was the crew Bad Batch, because their chips malfunctioned.
Oh, okay.
And then that's when, as you're watching the show, that you see that there's other clones that
malfunction in a bad way where they killed people. Or?
No, malfunction in a good way for the Jedi because they stayed true to what they were. A bad way for the Empire.
Gotcha.
They didn't go and kill.
But they still had to get it out of their head, though.
Yeah, because it was one of those you know what I mean? Like it was just disconnected, and if that shit if they turn around, they turn their head like this, and that shit connected. Then when it would have been one of the regular other, Jedi. I'm sorry, clones.
But I thought the reason they had to get out of head was just because it was like better for them to take it out.
Yeah, it was better for them. It's like anything else.
Like, wasn't that like a whole thing where they were all doing that? Like some point?
They had to go get it because they didn't know. They really tried to figure out what the order was. Like, who the fuck did this order? What's going on? And then that's when they find out that they had the chip in their head and they wanted to. And I was like, we'll get this shit out because if we turn around and lose it, if that shit connects or they do whatever.
Gotcha. Now I understand.
Yeah, that's why I had to get it.
But one of the weirdest things is like watching it as and then watching it later is like when Yoda arrives with the clone army, like as a kid, you're like, all right, let's go. But then when you're older, you're like, it's kind of weird. He's got the clones, like knowing kind of what's going on. Because kind of dystopian,
No, because he said, fuck it, we're not going to let the Empire use the clones. They still didn't know that the clones were
programmed. They were
right. Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm saying. It was different.
That's what I'm saying. They already had it in their back pocket the whole time.
Wait a minute. Isn't that one of the things that Obi-Wan found out? And he didn't get back to them in time.
When he was on that planet?
Yeah, like he found out that there was something with the clones.
He was like riding that big cricket or...
right, yeah.
That big Triamantis or something, whatever that thing was.
And that he was trying to let them know Like he was like, yo, like they're all connected.
Yeah.
But I don't think, maybe he didn't know. Maybe
It's
he didn't
just
know.
weird how the Republic instantly accepts, a mysterious manufactured army. They're like, yeah, all right, we'll take them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then they're
yeah.
like, and they're cloned, and they're literally just cloned for war. It's just like, yeah, we're just gonna take these clones.
Because the Republic wasn't winning the war right away. Because they didn't have enough people to fight the Empire. And then that's why, if I say,
you mean the not Empire? What were they calling? It's not Empire yet. It's
right. It wasn't yet. Yes, the Separatists, right?
Yeah.
That so they knew. So clones were made on the idea that it was the Republic.
Yeah.
But it was the Separatists that had forged the signature of the Republic. So then that's why Yoda and Obi-Wan and them took possession of the clones, was the setup, because that's when Palpatine was like, Order 66. You feel me? So he had already said, like, yeah, let these motherfuckers take it because they think they win it.
It was the space Nazis.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And so you got the last part of the movie, and that is the Count Dooku fighting Yoda. This is what you can see.
Great.
And you know what? As much as
who's he fighting now?
Dooku and Yoda fight.
Oh, that's right. That shit was badass. He was all over
let's talk about Christopher Lee's performance. Christopher Lee did an amazing job as Dooku.
Yeah, he did.
He really did.
Yeah.
And he's passed since the movies come, but he was a long time famous actor.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's been acting way before.
Yeah, he's done a lot of good shit.
Yeah, so
he's a good bad guy.
He's done a lot of stuff way before that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that was that lightsaber fight right there was pretty off the hook when he just opens his robe.
Yeah,
it's got this shit right there.
Yeah,
and it's like, all right,
yes,
let's get it on.
And I feel like that Yoda has to have that fighting style because of his size.
Right. Yeah,
so it has to be like this high flying.
Yeah. But no, nothing beats when he opened up. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah. Talking about he went like this. He opens up his cape, and then cloak, and he's trying to say. Yeah. I fucking lost it. I'm in the mood to that.
He didn't take it off his belt.
No, he's just like, yeah, you're the boss. And he just did that. I'm like, yes, my man. Cool as shit. Yeah, sorry, guys.
Oh, no, I mean, that is the coolest fucking scene. That's the first time we got to see Yoda.
I didn't even know he had that shit under his robe.
Yeah, no one knew he even,
he was packing the whole time. This is old man with this cane.
Bro. No, because when he tossed the cane, he wasn't limping anymore. He stood up straight and shit. I'm like, this little motherfucker.
Because
what is he? What is it? Grandpa Joe for Billy
Exactly.
He got a golden ticket.
Hey! And that's what I'm saying. That's what was so fucking great. He was just like, just walks in, looking, hitting, he's sitting there. They start talking.
Don't let this limp fool you.
Yeah. He turned around and he's like, and he was like, something like, whatever, like it has to be. Tosses the fucking cane, stood up straight, said, I'm like, motherfucker, sneaky little green bastard.
Lion.
Go, boy, go get it.
He had everybody fooled.
Yeah. And then after it was all done, he turned around and he was like, yes. Man, he talks to the fucking what's going to go take the money.
I guess in that sense, he probably has the force. He has to use the force. To make him agile and be able to do what he's doing. He knows how to wield it to that point.
But that's how all of them did. If you think about it, look at all their fights. Not so much the jumping, but they were all sensed where the lightsabers coming. They knew where the laser shots were coming. All that other stuff. So,
and the crazy part in that battle though is some of the stuff that actually Dooku says. He's telling Yoda the public is corrupted. He's like flat out. He's like he's such a typical villain. He's like telling them a little bit. He's like telling them too much information. It's like the Republic is corrupted.
Yeah.
The Senate is compromised.
Yeah. Meanwhile, because of his bitch ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why that's why I got upset. Even said before that they should have known. They should have fucking known. They didn't. They weren't.
No, they let their guard down. That's what happened.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think Episode 2 is the movie where everybody
it's the catalyst.
Ignores the warning sign.
Yeah,
it's the catalyst that gets everything going.
No trouble.
Once he took out those sand people, that was it.
Oh, for Anakin.
Once he crossed that line, he was on his way. His rage was, ridiculous.
It's funny. It's totally and so you got the thing happening with him. You got the clones. Everything's just kind of, you see
happening at one time.
All this stuff is just being put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have that kind of power.
Well planned.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I said I haven't watched Maul yet. I haven't watched the new one. Was it the Maul? The new Maul show.
Oh, the animated series that's coming up.
I gotta watch that, bro.
Looks really good. The animation looks sick.
Without giving too much spoilers.
Yeah.
The last episode.
Yeah.
Oh, so you watched it already?
And
yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
That's what I heard. It's supposed to be great.
That,
yeah.
You know?
Because it's supposed to, it starts when Obi-Wan cut him in half, right? That's when it starts?
No, it's way after.
He's got the legs, right?
He's got like the criminal empire thing going.
But doesn't he have the crazy legs?
Yeah, I thought it was like they started it out.
No, that happened in Clone Wars. So this is after, this is before Rebels.
Okay. Gotcha.
Rebels is that's when Maul gets,
right.
That's the end of Maul.
Right.
Rebels.
Yes. In the Rebels.
With old Obi-Wan. He looks like Obi-Wan from episode 4.
Right. Yeah.
He looks old as hell.
Yes. Yeah, that was good. Did you see the Rebels? You didn't watch that?
No, but I do know that he changed. Originally, he tried to start off the way.
But
then he changed it and he went back to the traditional.
Yes.
He's like, let's get it on. And he did it quick. He didn't even waste time. He's like, I'm not all day. We're gonna make this fast.
Yeah, because I got to watch my soap operas. I have to go to the play. Right. So that is great, man.
So
yes,
Revenge of the Sith may be the fall, but Attack of the Clones is the moment the galaxy stopped being salvageable.
There you go.
They were already too far gone. It was on its way. So that being said,
I think that was a great one, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that was a good one. No haters, bro. Please, like I said, I love Yoda. I'm just saying, it's one of them things. So with that, thank you for watching. One more episode, right, of Star Wars?
Well,
and listen to us wherever you get your podcast.
For the next episode, we're trying to put together an ensemble group. So there's going to be a lot of us, I believe, on the next episode. If
this should be interesting.
Go according to plan. So we're looking forward to it.
Guys, so one more. So so with that, like, follow, subscribe, all that other good stuff on all of our platforms. So peace and hair grease.
Wherever you get your podcast, it will be there.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
May the force be with you.